So good morning once again, everyone. So we are, so far, we have looked at the introduction to financial management. In particular, we started looking at the main objective of an organization, of a firm. Now, as we continue, we're going to spend more time looking at the role of finance and the different financial institutions, instruments, and markets. And towards the end, we're going to look at the flow of funds. Okay, since finance plays a major role in the flow of funds in the market of funds. Okay, then after that, we'll have financial statements analysis and interpretation, after which we'll have our first quiz. Okay, so far, guys, we have looked at, by way of review, we answered the question last time, what should be the main objective of any business? And we said that it's not really to maximize profit, nor to minimize cost, nor to satisfy customers. These are very important objectives, but from a financial theory perspective, they should not be the main objective of any business. Again, guys, not to put down these important objectives. They are important: profit maximization, cost minimization, and customer satisfaction. They are important objectives, but the main objective should be to maximize shareholder value. We looked at the importance of customer satisfaction. Sabi natin, loyal customers provide the company with repeat business. These loyal customers are also the least to transfer to other service providers or product providers in case there are increases in prices. Loyal customers provide the company with word-of-mouth free advertisement. Okay, so kunyari maganda yung service, tapos iaan yan sa Facebook, sa Messenger, and a lot of people will get to see kung ano yung klaseng service na binibigay ng company. Of course, we know that it can be for good or for bad. No? A bad service can, of course, have negative publicity, negative advertisement. And sabi din natin, importante yung loyal customers kasi we can do cross-selling with them. Cross-selling kung ano yung ibang product na ginagawa ng company, pwede natin ibenta. Tapos pag may mga bagong products, no, we can have already a potential market base. We can already sell it to the loyal customers. Okay? Then we looked at 4 things by which, sabi natin, mas importante yung wealth maximization kaysa kay profit maximization. For the simple reason that may mga inherent limitations or weaknesses yung profit maximization. Kasi profit maximization tends to be more short-sighted, more myopic, or more based sa short term. So pag profit maximization, okay lang na mag-cut back tayo on discretionary expenditures. Training, research, pwedeng tanggalin yun kasi yung objective natin, pabanguhin yung bottom line. Basta ang importante, kunyari at the end of the year, kailangan mabango yung bottom line natin, mabango yung profit. So cut back tayo sa mga expenses na to. Kasi that will happen, guys. Kung pababain yung mga expenses, talagang tataas yung profit. However, guys, sabi natin may mga negative implications yan. One of which is that this might critically harm the company in the long term. Cutting back on the training of people will have a very negative impact on the company in the long run. Yung research din, no? And maintenance. So we looked at that last time. Sabi natin, hindi lang planning, pati risk management. Pag risk management kasi, basta tingnan natin yung bottom line. Ang wealth maximization kasi looks at how a company could hedge itself against potential risk. Tinitingnan yun eh. Sabi natin, a business is exposed to several types of risk. It's exposed to economic risk, no? Economic conditions ng company, kung may inflation, okay? Kung bagsak yung economy ng subdued yung economy, guys. It's a bearish economy. So chances are yung mga tao ayaw bumili, no? Ayaw maglabas ng pera. Mayroon din business risk. Yung business risk yung dun sa industry na yun where a company is competing. So kunyari dun sa business risk, kunyari may nagkaroon ng isang let's say negative na happening dun sa specific industry na yun. Okay, that can affect the business of the company. Lalo din tayong tinatawag ng market risk. Market risk is when customers do not patronize the product of the company. Market risk yun. It can be interest rate risk, it can be foreign currency risk. So ang dami guys, ang daming klaseng risk na pwedeng i-identify ng isang company. And when we're doing wealth maximization, we tend to look at this overall, no? Tapos in places where we can hedge the company against price risk, about these things, then it should be done. Pag profit maximization kasi it tends to gloss over these things. So not only risk management, but also pricing strategy and also capacity planning. Sabi natin, these are important things as far as wealth maximization is concerned. For wealth maximization, pwedeng we can take lower revenues, lower profits for particular periods kasi may ininvest tayo. And we expect that investing in these things could mean that we will have less profit, but yung long-term effect nito will far outweigh the diminished profit that the company will experience for a short period of time. Kasi hindi gano'n yung profit maximization. Basta bottom line ang impact niya, bottom line ang tingin. So sabi natin, kahit na i-cut back yung mga expenses, especially yung mga discretionary ones, gagawin ng gagawin sa profit maximization concept. Okay? So now, it's important though, guys, that hindi lang importante yung profit ang tinitingnan, no? Hindi lang importante na ang tinitingnan lang shareholder value maximization. Shareholder value maximization is important. However, sabi nga ng iba, according to many researchers, hindi na sufficient na tinitingnan ito lang, no? There are many other measures na tinitingnan ngayon, hindi lang yung profitability ng would-be investors. May mga measures like ESG, environment, social, governance. I will leave you guys as part of your research. Tingnan kung ano tong ESG na to, kasi marami ng measures na ginagamit to, yung ESG. So I want you to be familiar with this. And in particular, yung triple bottom line. Yung 3 Ps or 3 Es. 3 Ps says, hindi lang dapat profitability yung titinan, hindi lang dapat yung shareholder value, titinan din dapat yung other stakeholders. So dito titinan din yung people at saka yung planet. 3P. Profit, people, planet, or 3 Es, no? Economy, employee, and environment. So this tells us that there are other stakeholders na dapat tingnan as far as a business is concerned. So let's take a look first. Let's try to answer that question. Okay. So I'm using whiteboard kasi pag PowerPoint, pag sinesave ko na siya as hindi na siya na-save eh. Sandali Okay. All right, so let's, I'll just write the section. So this is July 6, ABM12D. Okay. Bakit hindi siya Okay, I want this, yung bold ang ginagamit. Saan ba yan? Galing guys, Sorry about this. It's not that one. Asan ba yung pang-thick ng Insert menu. Okay, it's not here. Okay, sorry guys, Active pen, into shape. Where do I increase the width? Kasi ballpen lang mahirap makita eh. Into shape, into table. Color, wala bang okay, sorry guys, hindi ko na-explore to kanina, Okay, anyway, sige, yun na lang muna, Okay. All right. So, sabi natin, if you take a look at the firm, okay, A company does not operate in a vacuum. So this is the firm. This is the company. A company does not operate in a vacuum. There are several institutions or players or other firms that are interested in the well-being of the organization. Okay, let me ask you one thing, guys. Can you name examples of firms that are interested in the well-being of the organization? Ano kaya yung mga organizations or companies na who are keenly observing this business venture, this business organization, and are interested in the well-being of that organization? Okay, partners. Lawrence, what do you mean by partners? Sino yung partners? Could you elaborate further? When you say partners, sino ba to? Okay,
I po, coach. So for me, partners po, like other companies po that they may have contracts with.
Okay. Other companies that they may have contracts with.
So,
yes. For example, no? So, tingnan natin in the form of investors. No? Pag investors kasi class, dalawang klase yan. Naalala nyo to? Naalala nyo yung basic accounting equation? Assets is equal to liabilities plus equity, di ba? So, sino yung dalawang klaseng investors? Okay, you're correct, no? So, si Venice at saka si Rian. Sabi ni Rian yung shareholders. So, ito, shareholders to, di ba? Those who invest in equity, ito yung shareholders. Okay, tapos ito naman, yung liability, ito yung creditors, di ba? Okay, so ilist muna natin dito yung creditors. Okay, sabi kasi, sorry, nag-short term memory gap ako. Sino yung una nag-answer? Si Lawrence. Lawrence, can you elaborate? Bakit yung mga creditors, so you're talking of businesses, other companies that are interested in the well-being of the firm. Do you agree that creditors are interested in the well-being of the organization? Lawrence?
yes po, I agree po.
Okay, sige. Could you explain why? Kahit briefly lang. Bakit kaya yung mga creditors like financing institutions, banks, yung mga nagpapahiram, nagpapa-loan, of course, banks ang pinaka alam natin dyan. Bakit kaya interested sila dun sa well-being ng firm? Yung pinautang nila?
I think po, kasi yung sales po ng company na pinahiram po nila, it can affect po whether the company will be able to pay their debt or not.
Yes,
Tapos
correct.
how soon po? Sooner, the
tama,
earlier
no?
po or later.
Yeah, tama. Very good, Lawrence. Thank you so much for that. No? So si creditors, interested sila sa well-being ng firm kasi it will spell the difference between the company being able to pay yung utang nila. No? Okay. Do creditors profit from lending? Anyone? Yung creditors ba, they profit from lending? Yeah, of course, no? Yes, thank you, thank you. Tama, no? In what way? In what way do creditors profit from lending to companies? Thank you, yan. So, ang dami nag-answer, no? Interest. Correct yun, no? So, thank you for those who answered. Salamat, ha? Sorry, hindi ko na kayo mababanggit isa-isa. But you're correct. Interest. Okay? So, creditors do make a profit from lending. In fact, yan nga yung business ng di ba? Ang business ng bank is to, okay, sandali, let me just move this. Ang business ng bank is to gather yung mga deposits, pay a very, very small interest, and then lend this out by charging a big interest. No? Yung malaki yung margin nila. Kasi nagbabayad lang sila kunyari ng interest ng 1%, for example, and then nag-charge sila sa pagpapautang ng 5%, 6%. No? So, yung profit nila doon yung margin. Okay. So, may interest sila na kinikita. Ano pa? Ano pa yung motivation ng mga creditors? What do they get also? Yeah. Ivan, paki-chat mo sa class natin, sa group. Sabi ni Ivan, if a corporation filed for bankruptcy, they would take no responsibility for their liabilities anymore. Pwede yon unless na may collateral, no? Sabi ni Ivan, pag nag-file for bankruptcy ng company, wala na. Hindi na niya mababayaran si ano. Unless na yung inutang niya collateralized. Ibig sabihin, pledge niya, kunyari, sige, uutang ako ng 100 million, tapos in the event na hindi ko na mabayaran to, itong loteng to, itong lupa na to, ilang square meters to, magiging sa'yo na. Okay, so part of the contract yan. Ang tawag doon, collateral. Okay? So, interest, guys, and let me illustrate that, no? So, si creditor, kunyari, tayo yung firm, umutang tayo ng 10 million. Umutang tayo ng 10 million, tapos ang interest is, let's say, 8%, payable in 10 years, okay? Annual yung payment. Okay, so at time zero, dito, nakakuha tayo ng 10 million, no? Dito papasok ang 10 million sa atin na inutang natin. Tapos after year 1, year 2, year 3, hanggang year 10, no? Magbabayad tayo ng interest. Magkano yung interest? 8% ng 10 million, so how much is that? That's 800,000, no? So 800K, magbabayad tayo year 1, year 2, hanggang umabot ng year 10, no? 800,000. Babayaran natin yan. Okay, ano pang babayaran, guys? Ano pang babayaran? Siyempre, ibabalik yung, what do you call this? What do you call this 10 million? Okay, ibabalik yung, yeah, thank you, no? Thank you. So, many of you answered yung loan or ang technical term dyan is principal, no? So, you're correct, guys. Ibabalik yung principal. Okay? So, although hindi naman profit tong principal na to, ang profit talaga ng creditor, itong interest. Okay? So, that's the motivation. Now, binanggit nyo kanina na sino mas risky, guys? Being a shareholder or a creditor? Sa tingin nyo? Kunyari, may isang firm, tapos shareholder tayo nun, as compared to a creditor. Sino mas nag-a-assume ng greater amount of risk? Okay, let's see. Let's see your answers. Okay, correct, no? Tama. Tama. Sorry, ang nag-a-assume ng greater amount of risk is the shareholder, no? Bakit? Bakit yung shareholder? Kasi guys, in the event na ma-liquidate na yung company, kunyari nalugi siya, ang una munang binabayaran, guys, yung creditors. Okay? Creditors ang unang binabayaran. Kung may matira pa dun sa mga assets ng firm, saka babayaran yung shareholders, no? Tapos may pecking order pa yan. Ang unang binabayaran yung preferred shareholders. Huli na lang babayaran kung may natitira pa yung common shareholders. Okay, so last sila na babayaran. Well, maganda yung comment ni Sofia, no? Sabi, swerte naman ng creditor. By next week, guys, we will learn a principle. No? Uulitin natin tong discussion na to, itong creditor and shareholder. Kasi totoo na a greater amount of risk is shouldered by let's ulitan natin dito yung next party. No? Shareholder, mas malaki yung risk na hinaharap ng shareholder, no? Okay. But there's a principle also in finance na the greater the amount of risk, the greater the required return. Okay? So in the sense that mas maliit yung risk ni creditor, okay yun. Pero in the sense that mas maliit yung return na makukuha niya, di mo sa okay si shareholder. No? Principle of risk and return yan. If you want a greater return, then dapat you should be willing to take in a larger amount of risk. Yun ang sinasabi dyan. So kung gusto mo yes, correct. Thank you. Grace Ann, thank you. Paki-chat to everyone. Yes, that's correct. It's a principle of risk and return. Sabi ni ni Grace. Grace, type sa lahat, no? To everybody. Para makita ng iba, ng classmates mo. Ayan. Okay. Okay, so may question din. Jody, paki-chat sa lahat din, no? Yan. So sinabi ni Grace, principle of risk and return yon. So we're going to learn that principle next meeting. Hindi natin aabutin ngayon, no? Okay, so thank you, Grace, for that, no? The principle of risk and return. The higher the amount of the assumed risk, the higher is the required return. Siyempre, ba't ako papayag na mas malaki yung risk na to, tapos mas konti yung return ko? Hindi pa pwede yun. Jody, kindly type dun sa sa chat box natin to everybody yung question mo para makita ng classmates mo tapos sagutin natin. Okay, yan. Thank you. Sabi ni Jody, kunyari, siyempre mauuna yung creditor, no? May matitira pa po ba sa shareholder? Paano po hatian nun? Ganun. Okay, so, siyempre, ang hatian nun, okay, ganito. Yung first question, may matitira pa ba? It depends dun sa assets ng firm. Kasi, ang ginagawa niyan, ililiquidate yung asset, ibebenta yan. Iko-convert yan into cash. Kasi siyempre, paano babayaran yung mga yung investors? Cash ang ipambabayad sa kanila. So, kunyari may mga equipment, may mga ibebenta yun, no? Buti na sana kung mabili yung equipment na yun. Kung matagal na equipment na yun, hindi na masyadong mabibili. O kung bibilan man at a discount na. Okay, so depende yun guys sa value ng assets. Kasi yung assets, i-liquidate siya. We call it the liquidation process. And then what will happen is that pag liquidated na siya, so na-convert na into cash, babayaran na yung mga creditors. So nauuna yung creditors, guys. Tapos yung mga creditors, may din yan, may hierarchy. Okay? Hindi lahat ng creditors pare-pareho. Okay, yung mga collateralized creditors, sila siyempre mauuna. Kung may asset na naka-collateral yon, hindi na pwede ibenta yung asset na yon. Kasi ibibigay na yun dun sa creditor na kung saan nakipag-agree yung company na gagamitin yung asset as a collateral para makautang. Okay? So, kung ano na guys, kunyari, kung maganda sana kung yung mga assets magaganda, no? And then, kung nabenta yung assets at more than the value of the liability and equity, then mababayaran lahat, no? Kasi nabenta yung assets greater than the liabilities and equity. Pag hindi, baka depende kung wala nang matitira, then hindi na mababayaran si shareholders. Kung matira man konti, ipo-prorate na yun. Depende dun sa number of shares na hawak mo. So ganun. In case of bankruptcy, it will have to undergo what we call the liquidation process. Okay. Oo, may may according to law yan, no? May batas yan na ginagamit. Okay? So thank you guys, thank you for your questions. So thank you Grace, thank you Benis for those inputs. Okay, so balik tayo dito guys sa lesson natin. Yung shareholders guys, bakit nag-i-invest sila? May profit, quote-unquote profit ba rin sila sa organization? Meron ba? Paki-chat nga kung meron din yung shareholders. May kikitain ba rin sila kung shareholders sila? Yes, thank you. Of course, meron. So ano naman yung let's say quote-unquote profit ng mga shareholders in investing in the stocks of that company. Okay, ano yun? So let's see this. Micah, yes, dividends, no? Yeah, dividends, you're correct, tama, no? Dividends, so it depends on, yes, yung dividends, it depends on the number of shares that the company has. Per share din yan, no? You're correct, dividends. So kumikita yung shareholders in the form of dividends. And then, okay, yung isa na mas importante, C and then A. Although sinabi ng isa kanina, who said that, tama yung sinabi, no? Capital gains. That's correct. Or another name for capital gains. Who said capital gains? Sophia, thank you. You're correct. It's capital gains. Another name for capital gains is capital blank. Could anybody guess kung anong ibig sabihin ng capital gains? Another name? Capital what? Ano ibig sabihin nga pala ng capital gains? Kunyari, bumili ko ng stock. Nabili ko siya at 20 pesos per share. Tapos after ilang years, guys, ngayon yung market value ng stock niyan, 320 pesos. Di ba? Kumita yung ano ko kasi nabili ko lang siya at 20 pesos. Tapos ngayon, ano na siya? 320 pesos. Okay? So capital gains or not capital assets, but another term, no? Capital acquisition means buying, no? Buying a capital. So it's not acquisition, it's not assets, but rather, tignan nyo guys yung context ha. Bumili ko dati at 20 pesos, ngayon naging 350 pesos na. Ano nangyari dun sa asset? It's capital. Capital, yes, thank you. Capital appreciation. No? Thank you, Venice. Not expenditures, Grace, but it's capital appreciation. Okay, thank you for those who are, guys, salamat ha, kahit na ano, we don't care guys kung ano, kung yung answer nyo, hindi eksaktong hinihingi ko. That's okay. I really appreciate yung ano nyo, yung, tapos tinatandaan ko yan guys, yung mga, kung sino yung mga nagpa-participate. So, participate guys, no? Kasi later on that could become handy, no? Later on. Okay, capital appreciation to ha. So let's call this capital appreciation. Isi-save ko to guys, tapos isi-send ko rin sa inyo. Sorry na lang dun sa kung yung handwriting ko, no? I hope naintindihan nyo. Capital appreciation. Okay, so we have mentioned two stakeholders. You have creditors, you have shareholders. These are generally the investors. Sino pa kaya guys? Other interested parties. Let's see. Sa chat box, sino natin? Okay, may binention si Sophia, no? Suppliers. Okay, Sophia, bakit suppliers? Tapos binention din niya customers. Isulatan natin dito yung mga, pwede, you can unmute yourself, Sophia. Suppliers and customers. Sophia, would you like to share to the class why you're saying it's suppliers? Mas maganda kung, sige.
Kasi po, yung suppliers po yung mismo supply ng mga ibang products ng company.
Okay.
Din po nila yan.
Okay.
So,
And
from their relationship with the business, kumikita po sila.
yeah, of course, guys. Of course. Suppliers, syempre hindi naman free yung service nila sa company, di ba? So, there are different types of suppliers. It can be in the form of a particular service rendered, or it can be a product itself. So suppliers would want the firm to be robust, to be earning, to perform well, kasi affected din sila nun. No? A very good company, a very well-established, a robust, a growing company will also favor the suppliers. Now, tingnan lang natin sandali ito kasi may gusto lang ako sa inyong concept na i-discuss. No? Noong 1970s, 1980s, nauso yung concept na to. No? And this concept is called yung TQM. Sulat natin. Sige nga guys, ano ibig sabihin ng TQM? Tingnan nyo nga sa internet, letter T, Q, and M. Okay. So it means, kung pwede guys, no, pwedeng sound off. Okay, you're correct, no? It means total quality management. Tama, no? This means total quality management to. Total quality management. Okay. And there was a company, guys, who really championed this. Would you know, guys, kung sino tong company na to? Who really championed this TQM? Sino kaya, guys? Yes. Okay, Rishan, you're correct. It's Toyota, no? Okay, tama to, no? Si Toyota, champion niya tong tong TQM na to. Hindi ko pa na-discuss to, guys, di ba? Tama ba ako? Baka na-discuss ko na to sa inyo. Dali. Na-discuss ko na ba? Okay, good, good. Hindi pa. Thank you, no? So we're looking at yung supply side, no? So Toyota was well known to have championed yung TQM. And then during that time, ang pinaka-kalaban nila sa US were GM, General Motors, andyan si Chrysler, okay, andyan si Ford, no? So ito yung mga companies na to nakalaban ni Toyota. During that time, guys, hindi ma-penetrate. Thank you. Tama. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, Grace. Okay, for that answer, Ford. Okay, hindi ma-penetrate ni Toyota yung American market. Okay? Hindi. Kasi hindi naman din kilala si Toyota. Tapos si GM, si Chrysler, guys, sila yung mga well-established firms dun sa US market, no? Sa automobile market. But what happened was, si TQM, guys, actually pinaka-proponent nito si Deming, an American, no? Pero si Deming, hindi siya masyadong pinansin sa US. Kaya nung nagpunta siya sa Japan, binenta niya itong idea na to. It caught off, no? Talagang binili talaga yung idea na to, yung philosophy na to ng mga Japanese companies, and nasa forefront yan si Toyota. So, medyo magkaiba yung philosophy na itong TQM dun sa the way the American market, the American companies would do their operations. For example, ito, they would perform what we call JIC. Letter C to, letter C. Ito naman, JIT. Okay, check nyo nga guys kung anong difference yan. What's the difference between JIC and JIT?
Sir?
Yes?
JIT are just-in-time operations. Receive inventory only when assets needed for production.
Okay.
Just in case po.
Yes, thank you.
Ahead ng time.
Yeah, thank you. Who's this, please?
Jody po.
Jody.
Yes.
Yeah, Jody, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jody, for that answer. So tama yun, no? JIT versus JIC. Okay, so ano implication nito? Okay, for example, no? Pag just in case kasi, anong nangyari dyan? So ang laki-laki ng warehouse ni Ford, ni Chrysler, ni GM. So ito yung mga warehouses nila. Siyempre, generally, ina-store yung mga raw materials nila, no? Okay, bakit tinawag na JIC? So they would store huge amounts of inventory ng mga screw, whatever parts. Okay? So medyo mahal tong setup na to, no? Kasi may tayong tinatawag na holding cost dyan. Holding cost. The cost to hold on to this inventory. Siyempre, kailangan may malaking warehouse, kailangan may mga paleta, kailangan may yung anong tawag doon, guys? Yung sa small truck para i-haul yung mga pallets. I forgot the name. Yung mga maliliit na, dali, baka may nag-answer. Yeah, forklifter. Sorry. Grabe, nakalimutan ko. Forklifter. You're correct. Thank you. Sino nagsabi nun? Let me just acknowledge. May mga forklifts. Thank you, Sophia. No? So, syempre, kailangan ng maraming forklift nito. Kailangan malaki yung mga stalls, no? Yung mga paglalagyan ng mga items. So, mahal yung holding cost niyan, mahal yung ordering cost. So, ito yung mga iba't ibang cost. Mahal siyempre yung warehousing cost. No? Sinabi ko, yung cost ng building na to, yung cost ng mga pallets, yung cost ng mga staff. Okay, di ba? Ang mahal niyan because of the JIC concept. Si Toyota, JIT. So, ang ginawa niya, nakipag-partner siya with the suppliers. Sabi niya kay suppliers, could you situate yourself near us Okay? And I promise you, steady business. So yun yung ginawa ni Toyota. Yung mga suppliers niya, malapit geographically sa kanila. Okay? So that kung kailangan ni Toyota ng raw material o ng parts, no, malapit lang yung mga ano. So that meant that yung mga warehouse na to, hindi na niya kailangan ng warehouse. Okay? Or if at all, very minimal na lang. So compared to the JIC, just in case na kailangan natin yung material na to, versus just in time. Okay, we will only bring these raw materials to us pag kailangan na natin sa production. Di ba? Ang laki ng difference itong JIC versus JIT. Ito kasi, this operates on what we call the push system. Ano yung push system? Tinutulak ng mga companies sa push system, yung mga suppliers sila, bahala kayo mag-away-away dyan, basta, oh yeah, ang galing talaga, no? Thank you, Sophia, for that comment. Basta, ang importante, yung pinakamababang cost sa inyo ang tatanggapin namin. So, yan natin sila magpatayan, quote-unquote. Sorry for the term. No? Yan natin mag-compete itong mga no? Itong mga suppliers natin. Si JIT hindi, guys, iba. Ang importante sa kanya, relationship at saka partnership. Relationship and partnership. So, symbiotic yung relationship. As we grow, as Toyota grows, you grow with us. Yun ang magandang na-establish ng relationship ni Toyota with the suppliers. So what happened was, Toyota was really able to really lower down its price. And what's more, guys, with the TQM, kasi isang important na principle ng TQM, guys, yung defect. No? So kunyari, on the average, hindi ko lang maalala, guys, pero kunyari yung finished product nitong tatlong car manufacturers na to, minsan umaabot ng 300 plus na defects yung finished product nila. Okay? Yeah, that's correct, Micah, no? So pull system, yes, sabi ni Rishan, pull system po yung JIT, correct, no? Pull system siya. Pull, sulit ko ba yan? Okay, sorry, nakalimutan ko, no? So this is the pull system. Yung pull system, guys, parang tulungan, iniisip nyo, kunyari, medyo nahihirapan yung isa, I'll pull you, no? Para tutulungan namin kayo. So ganun yung philosophy behind itong TQM na to. Yung mindset na to. So no wonder, guys, na-penetrate ni Toyota yung market nila, yung American market, kasi ito, ang mantra nito, zero defects. Zero defects, no? Well, yung manufacturing process dito sa mga American companies, on the average, makakita sa isang finished product, ang daming defects na makikita. O paano siya magko-compete with Toyota? Tapos, aralin nyo, guys, tingnan nyo sa YouTube, yung TQM. Tapos yung production line, ibang-iba. Sa production line, sige lang, parang continuous, no? Tapos minsan sa dulon-dulo na, saka na makikita na mali-mali yung raw material. So, ang dami na na-produce na work in process, saka lang ihihinto yung operations kasi nga nagkamali na. Sa Toyota, every point, pag may mali dun sa stop lahat yan. Stop operations. I-check. Okay, so ganun yung difference. So maraming maraming different factors dito sa TQM na to. And I'd like to invite you guys, tingnan nyo, isa pa to, guys, 5S. Dito na din-develop sa TQM na to yung 5S. What's 5S? Paki-check nga, guys. May American version, English, tsaka ang original niyan yung Japanese version. Could you kindly check sa internet, guys, ano yung 5S na to? Na in-adapt ni Toyota and the other Japanese companies that went into TQM. Anybody? Yes? Tingnan natin. 5S. All right. Yan. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yan, no? English version, sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. Ang Japanese version, yan. Kulang to, no? Seiri, Seiton, Seiso, Seiketsu, and Shitsuke. Okay, so may equivalent, American equivalent yan. And in a nutshell, ano ba ibig sabihin ng 5S niyan? It's a place for everything and everything in its place. Yan. Yan ang sabi natin very loose summary niyan. No wonder guys, can you imagine a plant na gumagamit ng oil? Ano usually na nai-envision nyo? Usually mai-envision yung kalat ng oil, di ba? Nandun sa floor, di ba? Lubricants, tapos oil. Okay? Di ba makikita natin yan sa isang workshop, no? Now imagine guys, si Toyota, yung workspace nila. Pwede kang magpaikot-ikot dun sa floor. Imagine how clean that is, no? Gumagamit din ng oil yan, ng mga lubricants. So how can that be? Because of the principle of 5S. Cleanliness was key for them. And a place for everything, kunyari yung mga tools, no? Nakapaskil sa wall. May outline, may shape. Tapos ando dun yung drawing ng tool. Para pag kinuha mo, makikita mo kaagad kung ano yung tool na kinuha mo doon. Tapos ibabalik mo yan doon. No? Unlike sa regular na setup, kanya-kanya silang dala ng na toolbox, tapos minsan matatagalan pa yung maghanap, no? So this is organizing the workspace. Yun ang 5S, no? Okay, so si Seiri, Seiton, Seiso, Seiketsu, Shitsuke. I would encourage you guys na may mga videos na rin na ganyan. So ginagamit na rin yan ngayon kahit na hindi sa isang manufacturing workplace. Kahit na sa office. Okay? You would hear of companies practicing 5S in their offices. Okay? Tapos makikita mo yung difference ng isang company na nagpa-practice ng 5S as compared to a company that does not practice 5S. Very, very beautiful principle. So this is next to, sabi nga nila, cleanliness is next to godliness. Hindi lang kasi importante na malinis yung para hindi ka na maghahanap kung saan ko ba nalagay yun, yung gamit na yun, o itong papel na to. Organization talaga. It saves time, saves the company resources. That's why Toyota was really able to compete with the American firms, lalo na sa manufacturing, no? Tapos inadapt na rin ng Americans itong TQM na to. So naging very popular na siya, and even up to now talagang pa rin yan, parang mantra pa rin yan sa operations, yung total quality management. Yung tinatawag natin na, sabi natin kasi, ang TQM, it means continuous improvement. Ibig sabihin yan. Continuous improvement. Improvement, and the Japanese equivalent of that is Kaizen, which means good change. Okay, so hindi enough na the company rest on its laurels, very successful na siya, hanggang doon na lang yun. They would still look for places by which they can improve the operations, make it more streamlined. So ganun yung nangyayari sa TQM, continuous improvement or Kaizen. By the way guys, dito din pumasok sa TQM na yan yung tinatawag natin 6 Sigma. Okay? 6 Sigma. 6 Sigma is all about defects, no? Kaya nagkaroon ng 0 defects si Toyota. Kasi in principle, it follows the 6 Sigma. Imagine this, guys, is a normal distribution. No? So this is 0, normal distribution. Ang 6 Sigma, guys, ito. Yan. Yan yung 6 Sigma. Kasi 6 standard deviations. 1, 2, 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. So ito, maliit lang yan guys, no? So that accounts for 0.023456789 yata. Sorry I'm not so sure, pero ito yung equivalent niyan, itong dalawang to. That's 0.0000003%. Ano yan guys? It's a measure of wastage or defects. Imagine ko ang defects ng company 0.00003%, practically zero na yan, di ba? Right? So that's 6 Sigma. Yung 6 Sigma naman guys, popularized by Motorola din yan. Si Motorola naman yung nag-popularize yan. 1980s din. So it is a measure of defects, no? So it would be good for you guys to also familiarize yourself with the, yeah, that's correct, no? Process improvement. Thank you, Sophia. Six Sigma. No? Statistical measure yan ng defects na dapat i-generate ng company. Okay? So, unfortunately, guys, this is not an operation subject. Pero I also wanted to introduce this to you para aware kayo na may mga gantong concept in as far as relationship with suppliers is concerned or overall performance ng firm. Okay. So next, guys, customers. Bakit importante na mag-succeed yung firm as far as customers is concerned? Any volunteer? Kung sino gusto, guys, magsabi. Ano yung reason kung bakit yung mga customers, they would want the company to succeed? Any answer, guys? Okay. So, sige. So, Ivan. Okay, si Jody pala muna. Jody, could you unmute yourself? So, similar kayo sa sagot ni Ivan, ni Marion. Okay.
Sir, for what my answer, I think, sir, the interest of customers is parang if they're a loyal follower of that business, parang if a company does well, then the quality of the product can be better or the prices can be cheaper because they're yun po, sir.
Yeah, well said. Thank you. Thank you for that. No, tama 'yun, no? Kasi ang customers gusto nila na ang excellent products yung pino-provide ng firm. Dennis, may question ka? You raise your hand.
Wala po, sir. I was just going to answer po sa
Sige. Go. Sige.
Kasi if it really goes back to the usual reason why a business is established, it's usually to serve people, to change lives, to make an impact. So if that business will be gone, yung mga tao po na nagkaroon po ng impact yung life nila, like for example, a shampoo business, if yung shampoo na yun, araw-araw mong ginagamit, you'll have to look for another one. So there will be an impact sa'yo rin. Ayun po. Kaya customers really want the businesses to succeed. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, very good, no? Very good. Thank you so much, Venice. And there are, guys, time up, di ba? No? So let me just read through your answers. And salamat, guys. Thank you so much for your answers. So, Sophia said a while ago, Jody pala, no? Better quality. Sa Ivan, sabi niya, they are benefiting from the product. Of course, guys. Benefit from the product. Ganun din sinabi ng Sophia. Product or services. Ang sabi ni Ivan. Si Marion sabi, they consume their services or they benefit from the products or services. Correct? Tapos si Rishan, may ano na yung kay Rishan, no? Sabi ni Rishan, they are impacted by the quality of the product. Yes, that's correct, no? So tama yung mga sinabi nyo dito, guys, no? Impacted by the quality of the product. Yes. Tapos sabi ni Rishan then, great minds. Yeah, that's true. I agree. Great minds tayo, no? Oh, tama, no? Tama. Para mas maganda rin po yung maging loyal sa isang company kasi may risk sa pag-switch. Yeah, that's true also yung sinabi ni Marion, no? May risk that talaga pag lilipat ka, no? Ang tinatawag natin dyan, guys, ang bargaining power of the customers. Okay, bargaining power ng customers yan. Mas gusto nila mas maganda yung product. Okay? Especially like daily essentials. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, Marion. Okay, very great answers, guys. Ang gaganda ng mga answer nyo and tama lahat yan. No? Just imagine a product, a utility na ngayon to eh. Kunyari, internet or cellphone, yung mobile services. There was a time, guys, na wala namang ganyan, no? Dati, yung telephone, guys, wala nga dating telephone eh. So people would, in order to communicate, they would use snail mail, no? So yung snail mail, magsusulat ka lang papuntang Davao o sa Cebu, aabutin ng 2 weeks, aabutin ng 1 week, bago dumating sa kanila yung balita. Unless, magte-telegram ka, no? Mas mahal nga lang yun. Okay, so those were the days. Tapos dumating yung telephone, hindi nyo inabutan guys yung telephone na may party line, no? So yung isang linya, dalawa kayo doon. No? So minsan nag-aagawan kayo, minsan nagkakamurahan pa kayo kasi minsan ang tagal ng party line gumamit. Ngayon guys, hindi na ganoon eh. Yeah, may cellphone na kayo. Sabi ng parents ni Sophia, ang swerte nyo kasi may cellphone kayo. That's true. I agree with the parents of Sophia. No? Ang swerte nyo kasi may cellphone. Imagine guys, lumaki kayo sa ganyang environment. Imagine, bumagsak si Globe, si Smart, si Dito, pati si Sky Cable kunyari, bumagsak. Imagine a world 1 month walang cellphone services. Kakayanin nyo kaya? Guys, nasa pandemic tayo. Hindi natin alam kung saan mo kukunin yung mga news. Siguro sa TV lang, guys. Ang news, 6 o'clock lang, guys. Ayan, no, di ba? Mababaliw kami. Correct. Tulog na lang ng buong araw. Yeah, that's true, guys. That's true. So, as customers, guys, we would not want these firms, the ones that provide internet, the ones that provide mobile services. Di ba? Parang, ako nga guys, na-experience ko na yung dating na-experience ko yung ang tawag dito, yung, let's see, yung telegraph. Telegram, na-experience ko yun. Na-experience ko yun, siyempre yung snail mail. Okay, mahirap talaga. Na-experience ko yun yung my party line, yung telephone. And pag mag-i-apply ka ng telephone services sa PLDT, since monopoly sila guys, it takes minsan 10 years, 12 years para ma-install lang yung yung line mo. At ano yung parents or yung mga grandparents nyo? Ganon dati. PLDT kasi monopoly lang, sila lang yung nagpo-provide ng service. So, syempre, it's a supplier's market. Pag nag-apply ka ng line, okay, aabutin ng 10 years, 12 years. Ngayon, mag-apply ka ng line, mamayang hapon, andyan na yan, guys. Okay, you see the difference now. So, yung mga customers, guys, they are really invested in the product provided by the firm, particularly itong mga mobile services. Nakita ko yung reaction nyo. Oh no, di ba? Hala, matutulog na lang kayong buong araw. And naku, I don't know how you, mabobore kayo niyan, guys. Kasi hindi na kayo nabuhay sa ganung klaseng You have not experienced that, no? Okay, hindi na kayo walang technology na ganun. Okay, so there are services like that, guys, na you could not afford. What if nag-crash yung market? Yeah, that's true, no? Sophia, 10 years? Yeah, imagine, guys, mag-a-apply ka ng telephone, aabutin ka ng 10 years. Ganun katagal. Ganun katagal yung dating landlines pa yon, guys. So, cable, hindi pa mga yung mga anong material ang ginagamit niya, nakalimutan ko yung pangalan. Dati pa talagang anong kable ang ginagamit. Ngayon kasi may mga DSL na, etc., no? Yan. So, yung mga new technologies na ngayon yan. Nagkaroon ka na ng family before ma-install ang PLDT. Yan, ano to? Tatawa ko sa mga comments yung, ano to, Grace? Ano ibig sabihin nito? Nagkaroon ka na ng family before ma-install ang PLDT. Yung mga grandparents, no? At tanungin nyo sila, alap lang ba yan? Thank you for those laughs, no? Imagine, guys, no? So, ang customers, guys, we can talk about this na yung mga products na parang hindi na yata tayo, ito si Lawrence ang sabi, yung telephone dati, sabi niya, 2 baso na may, okay. Iba naman yun. Iba naman, parang walkie-talkie type na no? So, pwede, na may string sa gitna. Tapos, pwedeng nasa second floor ka, tapos yung kausap mo nasa first floor. Tapos, baso, tapos bubutasin yung baso sa ilalim, maglalagay ng string. The principle behind is that sound travels through this medium. So, maririnig mo, guys, no? Talagang, effective yan, ha? Talagang nangyayari yan, na nasa ground floor ka, tapos yung kausap mo nasa second floor, tapos nasa isang kwarto. Maririnig mo yung sinasabi niya, no? Maririnig mo because it's a crude mechanical parang walkie-talkie, no? Okay, you're correct. Thank you, Lawrence. Okay guys, so ang dami pa natin pwedeng mapagkwentuhan about this. Okay, so let's go on now guys. Let's move on kasi we're running out of time. Sino-sino pa ba yung mga interested parties? Andyan si customers, andyan si shareholders, investors. Okay, government. Nauna si Ivan, no? I'll ask you first, Ivan, and then Lance, baka may maidadagdag ka. So Ivan, bakit importante yung government? Ande, Lance, sinabi mo employees. Okay?
Sir,
So employees na lang i-explain mo, tapos si ano na lang yung sa government. Para share kayo.
sir, yung sa government po, yung main po kasi yung tax
Employees
rate.
na lang sa'yo. Kasi dalawa yung answer mo, no? Ivan,
Yes.
government and employees. Employees ang explain mo, tapos I'll ask Lance to explain kung ano yung bakit government. So, sige.
Sige po. Sir.
Sige. Thank you, Ivan.
Sir, employees po kasi yan po yung hanap buhay nila.
Yeah, that's correct. Lifeblood nila, di ba? Ang ganda ng word na hanap buhay, guys. Minsan, we just use that word loosely. Pero kung aralin mo talaga yung meaning ng hanap buhay, napakalalim yan. No? Kasi it's life, no? And it's the life provider. Employment ang sinasabi niyan, life provider yun. Imagine, mag-isa ka lang, may maraming families na ganito sa Philippines. Na siya lang yung may hanap buhay. The rest are dependent on him. Yung mga anak, even minsan yung mga kapatid, extended family ties, yung mga parents. Just imagine, tapos minimum lang yung ina-earn. Grabing challenge nun, guys, no? Tapos nag-fold up yung company na yon. Tapos may mga sakit pa yung mga grabe. We can think of several scenarios, guys, na talagang ang hirap talaga, guys. So, importante na itong firm na to, itong negosyong to, itong business na to, mag-survive. Not only survive, but thrive also and be sustainable. Kasi it supports so many, may mga multiplier effect yan, no? Isang empleyado, ilan yung pinapakain? So, sabihin natin 6 or 7. So, times 6 or times 7 yung effect niyan. Okay? So, you see the very important role na the firm plays. The role it plays as far as families are concerned. Now, may gusto lang akong ikwento dito sa employees, kasi may gusto lang tayong pag-usapan dyan. No, nung 1600s, guys, 1700s, dati, ang mga business naman, sole proprietorship lang yan. So, may isang tao, usually trading, gagawa siya ng product niya, okay, tapos ibebenta niya, okay, dati pa nga, barter pa nga. Pero 1600s, may pera na niya, no? May money na, no? So, siya din yung nagmamanage ng negosyo niya. Okay, over time, guys, lumalaki yung mga negosyo, then nagkaroon na rin ng partnership, tapos na-invent yung concept ng corporation. Na separate na ngayon yung owner dun sa business mismo. Nagkaroon ng separate life yung business, yung corporation. Unlike, guys, pag sole proprietorship kasi, pag nagkaroon ng problema sa liquidity yung business, pwedeng habulin ng creditor yung assets ng owner. Okay, kung hindi na siya makabayad, pwedeng ipahabol niya yung kotse ng owner, yung bahay ng owner. Pwedeng ganun. Kasi hindi separate yung personality ng company dun sa owner. Ang corporation naman hindi. Ang corporation, guys, liable lang yung shareholder up to his contribution. So kunyari fold up yung business, hindi pwedeng ma-attach yung personal assets niya. Shareholder ka mayaman ka, pwede namin kunin yung assets mo. Hindi. Hindi pa pwedeng ganun, no? Kasi separate yung business entity concept, separate yung owner, yung shareholders dun sa personal assets niya. Okay, so naging ganun, guys, yung mga businesses. Tapos lumaki ng lumaki. Okay, lumaki ng lumaki yung businesses. Ano nangyari? Na-invento yung tinatawag natin professional managers. Okay, so ganun yung history, ganun yung evolution ng business, guys. So, sino itong mga professional managers na to? Kasi lumalaki yung business. So, yung mga shareholders, hindi na nila kayang, imposible na nilang ma-manage talaga yung business. Okay, tapos yung iba, ayaw naman talagang i-manage yung business. Basta alam niya na shareholder siya doon. Tapos dumadami yung mga shareholders. Okay? So, kailangan nang mag-hire ng mga professional managers. Nothing wrong with that, guys. So, nagkaroon ng mga schools na nauso yung MBA. Ba? Masters in Business Administration. So this is specifically geared towards managing a business, particularly businesses that are run professionally by managers. No? Okay, so ganun yung evolution yan. Okay, okay lang yan, okay lang, hanggang dumating yung point na nagkaroon tayo ng what we call, okay, the A problem. Okay, tatanungin ko sa inyo kung ano yung A to. Pero explain ko muna. Ano tong A problem? No? Okay, ano yung A problem? It's not a bad word, guys. Baka may iniisip kayo na masama, no? Alam niyo, pag nagmumura kayo, you're ganyan, ganyan. Hindi yan yung word na yun, guys. Ha? Itong word na to, ang ibig sabihin na to, kasi ganito yung sistema, no? Sa empleyado, employees, kasama yung mga rank and file at saka yung mga C-suite, no? C-suite, sino yung mga C-suite, guys? C-suite employees. Ito yung mga CEO, CIO, CFO, CPO, CMO, CKO, CINO, no? Yung mga ganyan. Sila yung mga chiefs, mga chief financial officer, chief executive officer, okay? Correct, no? Sila yung mga chief people officer, chief marketing officer, chief knowledge officer, chief innovation officer. Ito yung mga ito yung mga C-suite, S-U-I-T-E, no? Okay. Anong nangyari, guys? What happened? Members of the board may or may not be part of the Ang board, guys, usually sila yung mga those consisting yung mga members na minomonitor yung company. And usually, ang kasama lang sa board minsan, kadalasan yung CEO lang. Okay? Iba yung shareholders, ha? Shareholders are the owners of the business. Ito yung mga officers ng company. Hired sila ng company, no? Iba yung shareholders. Yung shareholders, hindi sila professional managers. Ano nangyari, guys? So, lumalaki yung company, kailangan ng mga C-suite ng mga officers. Ang problema, guys, itong mga employees, including this, meron silang mga personal interest. So, ano yung gagawin nila? Okay, tama. Dapat ang nasa board, correct, no? Dapat, Ivan, ang nasa board, dapat shareholder. Hindi pwede maging part of the board ang hindi shareholder. You're correct, no? So, ito na yung mga nuances ng corporation law. No? Okay, so when you go to college, meron kayong subject na corporation law. Pag business yung kukunin nyo, pag business yung i-enroll nyo. Okay, so balik tayo dito, guys. Employees. So, you will find, for example, in 1970s, 80s, yung mga executive officers, nagbibigay sila ng bonus para sa sarili nila. Kasi sila yung nagmamanage. So, mag-aaroon sila ng bonuses, and yet, hindi kumikita yung firm. So, there's something parang immoral about that, di ba? Magdi-declare ka ng millions and millions ang bonus kasi CEO ka. Yeah, self-bonus, correct. Pero, nag-provide ka ba ng magandang service para ma-maximize yung shareholder value? Hindi. So, paano yun? Saan titigil yan, guys? And also, yung ibang employees, ang ginagawa nila, nag-pilfer sila. Ninanakawan nila yung organization. Kasi siguro maraming complaints, tapos one way to get back is to steal the raw materials or use, simple lang, office supplies. Magnanakaw sila, dadalhin nila sa bahay kasi kailangan ng mga anak nila. Okay? So, nangyayari yan, guys. Ball pens, maliliit na bagay, pero pag add it up, guys, it can mean a lot for the firm. Eh, how much more, guys, yung mga pilferage sa mga mahal? Okay, magbibigay ng bonus yung mga chief officers, tapos hindi naman kumikita. Di ba? There's something immorally wrong with that. And that's what we call a blank problem. So, any guess, guys? Anong problem kaya to? Any guess? Okay, tingnan natin, ha? Self-bonus, hierarchy problem. Okay, it starts with the letter A, no? The first letter is A. Ano kaya, guys? Letter A. A problem. Okay, this is one word, guys, ha? Hindi siya article na A tapos blank problem. This is part of the word, yung letter A. Okay, bigyan ko ng clue, guys, ha? Kasi usually mahirap pag first time nyo palang na-meet, no? The next letter is letter G. Yan, siguro mahuhulaan nyo yan, I'm sure. I'm sure guys, mahuhulaan nyo na yan. It has something to do with the relation between the employees and the owners of the business. Kasi professional yung mga empleyado, professional yung mga chief officers. There will be a problem. Conflict in interest of the employees and the owners. So that's what we call a agreement, okay? Sige, guess pa tayo guys, guess pa. But thank you for your answers. Okay. Lindsay got it, no? Ang tawag dyan guys, agency problem. Okay, agency problem. Okay, ano ba yung agency problem? An agency problem guys has something to do with the relationship between the agent and the principal. Okay, so dalawang characters siya, no? Si principal guys, sila yung humahire kay agent to do something for them. Minsan, di ba si James Bond, Agent 007. Bakit siya agent? Kasi may principal, British government, he is tasked to do something, no? Ganun yung mga James Bond movies, in case you have seen that. Principal-agent relationship yan. So, Agent 007, James Bond, acts on behalf of the British government who tasked him to do something. Yeah, okay. Nabanggit dito yung Enron scandal. Yes, Grace, no? Kaya nga, isang assignment nyo guys, online assignment nyo, papanoodin nyo yung Enron scandal, and then you're going to do a reaction paper for that. So this has something to do with an agency problem, where the executive officers did something that would benefit them, but risking the other shareholders, no? Nagkaroon ng agency problem yan. Ibibigay ko yung details ng assignment na yan on Thursday. Also, Fall of Wall Street, yan, mga agency problems yan, no? Correct, Ivan. Thank you. Thank you, Grace, for yan. Yung Wall Street na movie, okay, pati yung Trading Places, maganda mga movies yan about agency problems, no? Okay, so balikan natin to. So, the employees, the chief officers, should act on behalf of the owners of the firm, of the shareholders, kasi agent sila eh. Ang principal dito yung owners, ang agent sila. Pero kung gagawa sila ng mga hakbang, ng mga strategies, ng mga policies, ng mga moves, which will tend to benefit them and destroy the value of the shareholders, may problem tayo. And we call that the agency problem. Okay, so that's worth mentioning guys, no? Kasi sa finance, importante maintindihan natin yung agency problem. Another name for this guys is, meron tayong tinatawag na fiduciary relationship. Okay? Anybody, please quickly, ano ba ibig sabihin ng fiduciary? Related yan sa agency. Can somebody please quickly unmute yourself na lang, kahit basahin nyo, ano ba ibig sabihin ng fiduciary?
Sir?
Yes, sige.
A relationship in which an individual places complete confidence, trust, and reliance in someone who has a fiduciary duty to act for the individual's benefit. Exactly.
Yun ang agency relationship yan, di ba? Fiduciary relationship. Si mga shareholders, alam nila na hinar nila yung mga employees yan, yung mga chief officers, kasi they will act on behalf of the shareholders. Kasi mga agent sila for the best interest of the shareholders. Pero hindi nangyayari yan. Case in point, yung mga minimension nyo kanina, Enron, Wall Street, yung movie na Trading Places. Okay, so that will become, guys, an online assignment sa inyo. There will be a required movie for you to watch. Tapos, gagawa kayo ng reaction paper. Okay, I'll give you the details either sa ano na lang, sa canvas natin. Babanggitin ko rin next Thursday. Okay, so napakaganda pag-usapan nito, guys, no? Kasi meron tayong nagiging conflict. Okay? So maraming cases yan. In fact, nung kailan ba yun? Early 2000, may book na linabas. I think it's William Flanagan, if I'm not mistaken. I read that book. I required it as a reading to my students sa college that time. Ang title ng book, Dirty, Rotten CEOs. Imagine na, yung title na lang ng book, Dirty, Rotten CEOs. Okay, ano makikita mo doon? Yung mga pinagagawa ng mga CEOs. Sa Tagalog, ang tawag natin dyan, di ba? Nagpakasasa sila. No? Nagpakamayaman sila at the altar of the welfare of the shareholders. So makikita mo dun yung grabe yung mga mansion ng mga CEOs. Tapos hindi naman kumikita yung negosyo. Ayun ang naging problema niyan. Okay? So, you might wish to look at that, kahit yung summary niyan, guys, no? Okay. So, sabi ni Lexi, trust. Okay. The government, yeah. Well, in a sense, no? Parang fiduciary din yung relationship natin with the government, no? Kasi we elect officials, we elect officers. Tapos, in a sense, may parang principal agency relationship. Agent natin yung mga officers ng government, no? And then we're the principals. We elected them to power with the hope that they will do something that will benefit the population in general. But that's another discussion. Okay? So we can discuss lots of things here. Pero tandaan nyo guys, you may wish to look at that, kahit hanapin yung summary, dirty, rotten CEOs. No? That has something to do also with agency problem. Okay, so sino susunod? Sino ba yung sinabi natin? Si government? Sino ba? Yeah, please. Sino to? Si?
Lance.
Lance, sige. Lance, what about the government?
Sir, tingin po ng government if nagko-comply po ba yung firms sa mga tax policies and regulations?
Yeah, correct. No, correct. So yung government guys, ang lifeblood din nila yung mga taxes. Pag walang government guys, pag walang taxes, walang government. Kasi anong gagastusin ng government? Diba? Yung pagpapalakad ng bansang to, kailangan ng gobyerno. Tapos yung gobyerno is the biggest employer. Whether it's local government or national government, pag sama-samahan natin government guys, that's the biggest employer. And kung walang pera para ipasweldo yung mga tao, paano na lang tatakbo yung government? The government is also responsible for running the country and coming up with the projects that will benefit the population. Kunyari, yung mga build projects na to, may mga advantages yan. For example, if you're living in Antipolo, then pag bumalik na kunyari yung face-to-face classes, ang laki na ng benefit sa inyo yan kasi Antipolo, baba ka ng Doroteo Jose, kung familiar kayo sa sa LRT, tapos staff na lang. The travel time would be mga 45 minutes to 60 minutes. Kaysa kung magko-kotse ka o magko-commute ka lang by jeep or by bus, nako, good luck sa 2 hours to 3 hours. So, importante itong mga build projects na to. I'm only hoping that they should be sustained na ang dream ko nga, meron tayong train system na running from Luzon to Mindanao. That would be the day, guys. No? Talagang mass transit is really the way to go. No? Hindi guys, sustainable yung mga maraming roads tapos ang daming mga kotse. Hindi siya sustainable. The way to go really is mass transportation. Kaya nga sa Europe, guys, I had the opportunity to travel to Europe several times already. Tapos nakikita ako, guys, ang ganda sana, Lexi, yung bullet train, wow. Sana magkaroon tayo ng ganun. Imagine, kunyari, from Mindanao to half day na lang, magbe-breakfast ka sa Davao, tapos may meeting ka sa sa Ilocos Sur. You'll be there by lunchtime. Wow, di ba ang ganda? Ang saya-saya, di ba? So makakaya by political will lang talaga, no? Kung may political will lang yung mga government officials natin. So sana by the time you reach the 40s ng mga age nyo, okay? Yeah, tama. Sabi ni Sofia, faster business means faster transportation means faster business. That's correct. No? Moving goods and services, moving people. Okay? So importante guys yung government. So kailangan din natin supportahan guys yung government dun sa mga projects nila. Kaya nga ako personally guys, I also critic, pero I critic fairly. No? Kung may nakikita naman ako maganda, and besides guys, hindi maganda din yung attacking the person. It's good to be objective about things. Our current presidency now, may mga faults siya, no? But we can also say that objectively speaking, may mga nagagawa din. I'm not in agreement with those who say na talagang zero or lahat na lang ginawa, mali. Pangit naman yata yung gano'n, no? May maling ginawa, may mga mali, may mga dapat gawin na hindi nagagawa. Pero, give credit to where credit is due. To whom may be the president, no? To whom may be the government. Giving credit to where credit is due. That's just objective assessment. Hindi pa pwede yung yung kahit na nakikita natin na may mga tangible effects na, against ka pa rin. No? Para sa akin, hindi naman tama yun. Sa lahat ng presidente ng umano, naging objective ako. No? Whether it's GMA or Pinoy or Duterte, naging objective ako in my assessment. Kasi dapat lang ganun, guys. Dapat lang objective lang tayo dun sa pag-assess natin. Kasi hindi naman to, it's not about personality. It's all about our nation. Gusto natin na strong yung leadership. Gusto natin na maging successful yung whoever is seated there. Gusto natin, kasi para sa bayan yun eh, no? Okay. When Pinoy was the president, I was rooting for him. When P. Duterte was president, I was rooting for him. Kasi gusto kong maging successful sila, not for their sake, but for the sake of the country. No? Gusto kong nagiging successful yung governance kasi para sa atin yun, tayong magbe-benefit nun. Okay? Alright, so government, ano pa guys? I think meron pa tayong, may masishare pa tayo dito, dalawa, no? Dalawang C yan. Okay, C, and then another C. Okay, and ang bilis ng oras, no? C, another C is, yeah, owners, Lawrence, is the shareholders, no? Yun, na-discuss natin yun. Okay? Now, Grace, thank you, communities. Okay, ano naman yung communities? Bakit sila interested sa well-being ng organization? Grace, can you expound on that, elaborate on that? Pwede ka mag-unmute? Charity, okay? CSR. Punta mo natin sa Grace, ha? Okay, sige. So, sabi ni Grace, inaayos pa niya yung mic niya. But anyway, tama si Grace, no? Communities. Bakit? Kasi guys, communities benefit also from the firm. In what way? Employment. Kung nagpa-practice ang CSR yung company, ang ginagawa niyan, ini-employ niya muna yung mga nasa community. Kasi gusto niya, it's a win-win situation. Kasi less prone to absences or tardiness. Kasi kung malayo, guys, siyempre ang hirap ng travel time. Kung andyan dyan lang, di ba, andali. Beneficial for the employees kasi wala na silang gagastusin. Siguro lalakad lang o a simple lang na bike or a simple tricycle, ang lapit lang, di ba? It provides employment to the community, and also it can provide other services like medical services, training, okay? Also, on a passive way, not polluting the environment. Kung may stake yung company doon sa environment doon, hindi niya idudumi yung rivers, bodies of water, hindi rin niya sisirain hindi rin niya sisirain yung air, no? Hindi siya ng discharge sa mga chemicals na nakakasama sa rivers, na nakaka-affect ng fisher folks, etc. So ganun, kaya importante yung communities, okay? The communities are also interested in the well-being of the firm. And last, guys, sige Grace, may gusto kang sabihin, nag-raise ka ng hand.
Sure.
Okay.
Na.
Sige,
anyway,
okay.
It basically po kasi it's a win-win situation for both of them, in which the company benefits from the communities, and the communities may also benefit from the company, since kasi po may nabibigay din po na services yung communities, and sometimes po if kunwari naapektuhan po yung community na yun, there could be like an impact din sa profit, sa income ng company.
Yes, okay, correct. Very good. Thank you, Grace. No? So it's like a symbiotic relationship. Okay, so that's very good. That's why communities are interested in the well-being. Okay, yung last, guys, tama si Lexi, tama si Sophia. It's other companies, competitors. So I hope you don't mind, explain ko na lang to kasi we're running out of time. So competitors, bakit competitors, guys? Bakit competition or competitors? Okay, so let me first clarify that. Meron tayong tinatawag na, we have what we call bad competition, and meron tayong tinatawag na good competition. Ito ang sinasabi natin dito sa competitors, yung good competition. Okay? So let me give an example. Kunyari, bad competition muna. Bad competition. Kunyari, you are in an industry where you, correct, no? Tama, Daniel, no? Forcing innovations. That's correct. Pero sabihin ko muna, ano yung bad competition? Kunyari, meron you're in an industry where you provide mga infant products. Kunyari, infant milk. Okay, and then may isa lang magkamali dyan, may isang recklessly or kaya deliberately naglalagay ng mga chemicals na makakasama dun sa babies. Okay, nangyari yan, di ba, nagkaroon ng scare sa China dati. Kaya nga, yung mga Chinese, minsan hindi sila bumibili ng they don't buy infant milk from China mismo. Pupunta minsan sila sa Australia, bibili ng mga infant milk kasi they feel safe buying their products there. So, take a look at that effect, guys. Kasi there was news dati na gumagamit yung mga manufacturers. Yung mga companies nun sa China, they couldn't care less about corporate social responsibility. So what happened? Nag-break out yung news na yun, na gumagamit ng mga chemicals na nakaka-cancer sa mga bata. So what happened? Kahit na magandang ang company dun sa, for example, sa China, tapos you follow the rules, hindi ka naglalagay ng mga chemicals sa affected ka rin. Diba? Kasi any bad competitor will taint the reputation of the industry. Affected kayong lahat. Okay? So that's what I meant by bad competition. On the other hand, good competition. Balikan natin kanina telecommunications, si Globe, si Smart, si Dito. On the other hand, pwede natin sabihin na gusto ni Globe na mas magaling yung performance siya kaysa Smart. Tama yun. Pero Globe technically would not want Smart to fall. Okay? Ayaw nila na ibang players mahanapan ng malpractices kasi affected din sila. Parang example ko kanina. So although they want to be the number one, still, they want these companies to also perform together with them. Kasi parang collective yan eh. Isang pagkakamali ng isa na pumalpak because of some shenanigans, no? Affected yung buong industry. Okay? And also, imagine, sabi nga ng sino nagsabi dito, no? I like what, let me acknowledge this. Yan. Sabi ni Ivan, it's forcing innovations. So, kasi kung nag-innovate kayo sa industry, lahat kayo di ba? Mapipilitan kayo mag-innovate. Kung pagandahan ng product, pagandahan ng services, syempre, doon kayo nagko-compete, no? Okay, so, and because of that, syempre, consumers will benefit from that. From this, what we call good competition. Okay? So because of this, guys, yung shareholder value maximization, tinatawag din to na stakeholder value maximization. So that's what I meant by stakeholder value maximization. So hindi lang dapat shareholder, dapat stakeholder value maximization. So I think I have only 2 more minutes. Pero ang importante dito, guys, a company might not be able to really address all these objectives. So it's still okay to say na still shareholder value maximization is important. Only the firm should be cognizant of the fact na may ibang stakeholders na dapat, yung ibang needs na dapat non-negotiable. No? Hindi pa pwede i-sacrifice in terms of quality or let's say product. Okay? Next meeting, guys, titingnan na natin to, no? Just, sorry guys, I'll just mention this, itong slide na to. So, ano ba yung finance? Sabi natin, ilang beses natin nabanggit to, no? It's all about managing resources. It's all about resource allocation, resource management, resource acquisition. Let me just give an example. Kunyari, si Ayala Corporation, mother company. So, ang question, pag finance kayo sa Ayala Corporation, iniisip nyo, anong businesses ba tayo mag-i-invest dapat? So this is what you call SBU, Strategic Business Unit. So kunyari sa Ayala, invested sila sa telecommunications through Globe. Invested din sa banking and finance, sa BPI. No? Invested din sa real estate, si Ali, no? Ayala Land. Okay, and other, sa cars din yata, may stake din yata sila sa Honda Cars. No? So in other businesses. So yan ang role ng finance. Resource allocation, sabi nga natin, hindi infinite yung pera. So where do we put our money in? So that's what we mean by resource allocation. So it has something to do with money. Okay? All right. So let me end in that, guys. Pakibasa na lang yung ibang ano. Next meeting, we'll attempt to discuss all of this. Tall order, pero let's see where we'll reach, no? Okay. So salamat, guys. Okay. Thank you so much. I hope you learned something. Okay lang ba yung pace natin? Paki-chat lang kung yes or no. Kung masyado mang mabilis.